saying is 25% need to work even harder not to fail. All right? Because in any program, there's a level of success and a level of failure. I see failure as an opportunity to be successful, right? I had many failed businesses over the years that wasn't making money. I would have ended up at a loss and I had to bail out and so on. And I take this same philosophy into sport. As an athlete, I would have failed many times. And when I reached my best, I decided to stop and start a coach, right? Now as a coach, I want to be able to take these athletes to a path where they could feel good about themselves. Even if they reach to the cloud and they was aiming for the stars, at least they could say, yeah, what? We have made it this far and I'm very proud with the development work and what we have reached and what we have achieved as an athlete, all right? So the vision of the organization is really and truly to provide holistic development through volleyball. And how we plan to do that? We're going to do workshops where we're going to mentor the girls in terms of motivational workshops, entrepreneurship, financial planning, some of these things that we are accustomed doing every year. We are going to put it and focus on these athletes in this program because, I mean, we have a big organization of over 314 athletes. For us to try to get all 314 athletes to the elite level is unrealistic. So hence the reason we invited some of our top athletes and new players that we think that we could take it to the next level. We invited them to be part of this program. We also want to be able to take these athletes to Caribbean tours and international tours. Again, we have been doing this for years. We have been traveling to the US to different universities. We have been networking with different Caribbean islands. We have traveled to every single Caribbean island in Trinidad, in the Caribbean, sorry. And we have done so through the government supporting us, through the Sport and Culture Fund. I cannot say thanks enough to the government of Trinidad and Tobago through the Sport and Culture Fund for funding us when it's time to go on these international trips and when it's time for us to invest into the club. Also, I worked at the Ministry of Sports for 10 years, and the Ministry of Sport over the years have also funded our organization and helped us. Recently, we was able to receive a check from the Minister of Sport for a project called A Better Youth Through Volleyball, and that project is being implemented right now through the Ministry of Sport, through our organization, New Horizon Sporting Company, and the athletes are doing mental health, same thing, entrepreneurship, all the different things that will give them soft skills for life, all right? So the vision is long and in depth, but the end result is that we will be able to take an athlete from being able to play to mediocre into being able to play at an elite level. And it's not really hard to do that. It's just, we just need the support of the government. We need the support of the Ministry of Sports and other corporate entities. We also need the support of all the parents of these athletes here. Because all the parents, we cannot make this dream a reality. All right? So now I want to introduce Mr. Ford to the table here so that he can share some words. He has been supporting us for many years, and I want to thank him again for the continuous support over the years. Mr. Edmund Ford.
Thank you. Thank you. Special good evening to Dion, your wife, Delicia, and Abby, who I know pretty well. Anybody out there know me? Esmond Ford? Who know me? Who know Esmond Ford out there? Okay. Is it that you all are from Tunapuna? You all are from Tunapuna? Okay, all right. I am Esmond Ford. I'm the Member of Parliament for Tunapuna and also the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives. So I just be on TV, you know what I mean, making sure there's the quorum in the office and so on. But I am also a father. I am also a husband of a wife. And I am also a friend of Dion for many years, and also I, came and also Abby, because usually you fight with persons that you know within the crowd. So again, I'm a normal human being too, so I know I am here this afternoon because Dion invited me just to come and share some words. And the words I will share is that, yes, It's an elite program. But as Dion said, in the elite program, a percentage will go on while a percentage may be lagging behind. But he said something that struck with me, which is to say, to succeed, you must fail. Fair enough? To succeed, you must fail. Because every time you keep going forward in succeeding, things may happen. A bump on the road, a hump. A friend could be a bumper. A friend could be a bump. Right? Different things will happen. Right? You may not be doing too well in school. So mommy and daddy may say, right, your grades are down. So therefore, the sporting program goes hand in hand with your academics. So you could be the best athlete, best volleyballer, because we're dealing with volleyball. Not so? You could be the best volleyballer, but you don't have no subjects. It may not lead you as far as you would want to go. So it's important. So again, keep striving. I know Dion is very passionate about volleyball. You know, he's very passionate about volleyball. You know, he has been in the vineyard, struggling, fighting, but everything takes its time. Right? He could have said, look, I give up. He could have said, well, look, I'm not going through with this. I'm not bothering with this. I'm fed up. No money, no funding, nobody in helping me, no business is coming. But he keep at it. And now in 2022, he is able to strike. So let's give Coach Dion that round of applause that he deserves. I don't want to stay too long, but I think I need to let you all know something. I have 2 daughters. Right? As they say, I'm the only man in the house. I have my wife and I have 2 girls. One is 32, one is 23. And I'm just going to give you a little insight into these 2 young ladies. But I'll start with the younger one first. Right? Because they both played sport. They played soccer, which is football as we know it, and the other one played volleyball. As a matter of fact, same time with Delicia and Abby. Right? But I'm going to start with the younger one first. So the younger one plays football. She passed for her first choice, which was Bishop's East. Right? So she went from Tacarigua Presbyterian to Bishop's East. All you know Bishop's East, right? Bishops and Trinity East, but there's also the Bishops in Port of Spain. But she wanted to go Bishop's East, so that was her first choice. She played football at Bishop's East, went on. They never won the championship, but they were always the bridesmaids, which is they always keep coming second. So after football, she was good in football. She went on to do her O-level. She did her O-levels, got her 8 subjects, went on to do her A-levels, got her, well, which is CAPE. Sorry to say, well, I'm from the old school, which is CSEC. Yes. That's the word. Yes. CSEC. And she went on to CAPE, and she got it. And she started to go to university in Trinidad, which was the University of the West Indies. But she got called to play for the national under-20 team, Trinidad and Tobago national under-20 team. And she went to a tournament in Haiti. There were scouts in Haiti. And a day I got a call stating that, Esmond, there's a JCL Ford playing football with the national team. Is your daughter? I say yes. He was the friend of a coach in a university quite in North Carolina called Gardner-Webb University. Now, already I tell all my daughter started going to university in Trinidad. They saw the tape and they wanted to see her play. My daughter got a full scholarship to go to Gardner-Webb University. The first time she went to Gardner-Webb University was on the day when she was entering the school. The first day the coach saw her play was when she entered the school. All the coach saw her play was on a tape. So I presume she was probably that good. She had her academics in order to get the scholarship, and she went on. That was 4 years ago. She qualified with her first degree in economics and accounting. Played football for 4 years. Reached 2 finals. Again, she lost. She wasn't able to win a ring. And reached the quarterfinal, and so on. Now, as a result of COVID, they give them an extra year of scholarship. An extra year of scholarship. So you know what she decided? I'm going to use that extra year of scholarship to play football, and she's now attending a university called Seton Hall. Seton Hall University is now in New Jersey. So she's now doing her master's in diplomacy and international relations, playing football with Seton Hall, full scholarship again, right? The daddy will just probably have to pay for the next year, but something go work out. God is good. Something go work out. But she only have 1 more year of football, and she's now there, right? So again, she was able to get her education, coach, and all you youths out there, with her daddy only having to pay a small portion of funding. Because 4 years in the United States is 7 times $1, right? It's 7 to 1. So that's JCL. So she's presently playing with Seton Hall University football. The second one, Renelle Ford. Any of you all know the name Renelle Ford out there? Yes. Renelle Ford, that's my daughter. Renelle Ford captained Trinidad and Tobago volleyball team for about how much? 4 or 5 years? 4 or 5 years. Right? She's a setter, 6 feet, probably about 3 inches. She's taller than me. Right? That's the bigger one. She went to Bishop's East also her first choice. She played volleyball, which is the sport you all play, right here. I remember the day when I came and I brought her here, first time. Right? She used to play tennis, lawn tennis. Because I know many of you all would have played different sports, right? My children played gymnastics. I think they always start in gymnastics. Then she did dancing. She played hockey. She played lawn tennis. And she was very good in lawn tennis because she's tall and long, you know, so she used to play good. Right? Went to many lawn tennis championships. But a friend invited her to come to play volleyball. Right here. She was 15 years at the time. 14 and a half at the time. Because she was tall and a friend invited her to come to play volleyball. Right? This is the big one I'm talking about here. Guys, leave this one for last. So she came in, used to play lawn tennis, and she came in the evening and Salim and what's Salim's dad's name? Maki, Coach Maki. Some of you may probably know Coach Maki. She started under Coach Maki. And when they saw her, they said, oh, and at age 15, my daughter was on the national team. At age 15. Because she was tall, coming for the first time, and they try her out, and she got through, she was successful, and she said, Daddy, I love this sport. So she left the lawn tennis. And was to convince the lawn tennis coach now that, hey, she found the sport that she loved, because this is what happened, parents. They will play different sports until they reach the age to decide the sport that they want to do. So she played volleyball. 15 years, she went on. She used to be a setter. No, she was a hitter. Because, you know, as you're tall, everybody believes you're supposed to hit the ball. But up came a coach called Panchi. How much of you all know Panchi? Coach Panchi. Right? The guy from Cuba. He still have the pigtail? Right, he still had the pigtail. He came to Trinidad through the Volleyball Association and he started to coach her. And that evening, she came home crying. Big tears. She was probably about 17 years at the time. No, she would have been younger than that, 16. She come home crying. I said, what happened? She said, Daddy, the coach changed me from being a setter. No, changed me from being a hitter and put me to be a setter. Now, you're talking about a girl who is 6 feet already at age 15. And you know everybody want the flash of hitting the ball. Everybody want to score the point. And she came home crying. So I now have to convince her and let her know that, listen, the setter is the most important position on the field. Because if the setter don't set the ball properly, the hitter can't score the point. Not so? So those who are setters, be humble. Because if you ain't put the ball good, but the libero is also important. Because if the libero ain't put the ball properly for the setter can't set the ball properly for the ball to be hit. But everybody want the glamour of scoring the point. Because that's where it comes out. The same thing happens in football. Messi gets all the goals. But who passed the ball for Messi to score? The midfielder. He hardly gets the praise. So again, whichever position you're playing, libero, setter, hitter, understand. Leave it up to the coach in order for him to decide because they have been here long. So to cut a long story short, I convinced her and she realized she'll start setting. Because he said that her hands, something with her hands. And then where he came from in Cuba, they know of tall setters. And a simple reason, I remember him telling her, as she is so tall, when she sets the ball here, the extra height gives that ball in order the blocker now to come across late as the case may be. So, my daughter got 6 scholarship offers. 6 scholarship offers she got in order to go to the States, Ohio University, this one, that one, that one. So, as parents, when she was 16 and a half, 17, because she now finished Bishop's, they sent to say, well, look, let's see her. and we went on what we call road trips. You know those road trips you see on TV? And we went Tampa, and we went Orlando, and we went Miami, and we went all over driving, so that coach could see her in order to think. To cut a long story short, she decided to choose University of Central Florida, which is in Orlando. University of Central Florida, 6 of us. The other coaches were mad, Mr. Ford, why didn't come by me? Tampa, why didn't come by me? And so on and so on. But she decided she wanted to go there. So she had dropped out of Cape, because she would have now been going in from 5 to 6, dropped out of Cape, and she went abroad. Well, again, you know, you have to do your SATs, but I think you all will get all that information when that time reaches. So she went on, 4 years, captain the Trinidad and Tobago team. She has reached as far as Japan. Because remember, we went to Japan for our World Championships. They missed the Olympic boat by, I think, 1 game. And 1 game they missed going to the Olympics. But they went to the next highest volleyball tournament. So she's now, I wouldn't say not in her prime still, because she's now 32, but she's a fitness freak, right? So she's very fit. And then she wanted to live her dream. And her dream was to play volleyball professionally. So she's qualified in sports management and marketing and that sort of thing. And then she's now playing professional. She has played professional in Sweden. She has played professional in Taiwan. She has played professionally in forget this country. And now she's in a country called Kosovo. Any of you all know of Kosovo? Who know Yugoslavia? Right? Some of you all may not, but you all could Google it. But she's in a country called Kosovo now, playing volleyball professionally. She's being paid to play, and she's a setter, and she's doing well. I hope you all could have been inspired in order to move on. But you could have all the skill. You must have the academics to go to. Not so? Let me see. Age group we're working with here is what? 12, 13 to what? 11 up to what? 18, 17, 16, 23. All right? 23. Right? So some of you all go in secondary school. Some of you all may probably now going from primary into secondary schools. Right? Again, it's a simple process. All right? It's a simple process. You have to listen to your parents. Right? You all have to listen to your parents. Right? There's enough examples you see out on the road there with too many negatives. So you have to listen to your parents. You know, I didn't say mother, I didn't say father. I said parents. Right? You have to listen to your elders. Right? I know sometimes that may be considered a little difficult now, but in a period where I grew up in Tunapuna, I used to get licks before I reach home. Because the neighbor could have clout me, the neighbor could have beat me. You reach home, you're getting licks, you ain't know what you're getting licks for. You did something wrong on the street, you reach home, you're getting licks. Times have changed, but you all are fortunate, right? My daughter didn't went no elite program. My daughter didn't had no thing, but she was able to do and achieve, and we stayed close. We used to be coming here, I lying down sleeping, waiting on her when we used to go to train south and things like that. It pays off in the end, right? You go a bump in the road, keep on going, keep on going. That's the whole process about it, right? So again, listen to your coaches. Right, your coach will guide you accordingly. The coach shouldn't be someone to direct you wrongly. Right, and I know they're going to bring in different people to speak with you. Delicia was able to go to, is Georgetown you went? Where you went? Cookman University. Again, right? And again, I have come to realize one of the easiest sport to get a scholarship in the United States is volleyball. One of the easiest sports. I tried to total the amount of money I would have had to spend if I was to pay for my daughter. My first daughter, which is JCL, full scholarship. The only thing I had to do for her was to pay a plane ride to send her back to Orlando and a plane ride to bring her home. She used to come home regular. Easter vacation, she come home for a week. Christmas, she come home for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Come home. Sometimes she come home just for a weekend because I had no additional cost. Right? I had no additional cost. Right? So it pays off. Again, not everyone will get a scholarship. Not everyone will get a scholarship. So you could use this sport as an avenue to take yourself forward, as the case may be. Right? I know Dion will be in contact with me because I know you have been behind me a lot to come and say something, chat with you all and things. Ever so often I could drop in. I don't live too far from here. Right? But the thing about it is that you all are a fortunate group. Elite. That word elite. That means you're talking about at the top of the ladder. You all are considered a special group. That is what elite is, a special group. So you all have been selected to be a special group for volleyball. For volleyball. Train hard, work hard, but remember you have to study hard too. You have to study hard too, because playing sports, a major aspect of playing sport is being injured. Once you play sport, you're subject to be injured. Not so? So again, I had a time too with my daughter. She was out of season for a whole year. She had a surgery they had to do in her shoulder. She was out for a whole year. Could not have moved that shoulder for probably about 4 months in a sling. And you know what I mean? She had no training. The university paid for everything, as the case may be. So being an athlete is part of it. And this is why your academics comes into play. So if you get an injury that you can't play sports again, you have your academics to fall back on. Right? So I think that's it. I know what else I can tell you all, but thanks.
Yes, man. Oh, no.
Yeah,
Let me just get the mic.
Okay.
Mr. Ford has been supporting our organization and also sending people to us, and I will never forget that. Mr. Ford's nieces played volleyball with us, and to this day, I and the other Mr. Ford is really good friends because of that development work I've done with her daughter, and Amaris, who is playing with CPOS also. Amaris' dad, anyway, he seemed loud and proud. The #1 volleyball coach in Trinidad, without a care, and his daughter is playing with CPOS. Because I'll have taken his daughter from not being able to play volleyball into being able to play volleyball. Sometimes you're being coached in a club and you're watching what's going on in the other clubs and not understanding and realizing that literally every club has their little thing that they could do good. Some clubs are good with male athletes. Some clubs are both clubs are both with male and female. Some clubs they focus differently in terms of they wouldn't go on tours, different things. We try to focus on everything. We also try to focus on not just teaching passing or just teaching a tall player to run through the middle. We teaching the tall player to play defense at libero too, which is a lot of work. It's a lot of work to be able to take an athlete to play all the different positions. But at the end of the day, when you learn volleyball here, you learn volleyball that you could go anywhere and play volleyball. That is the goal. All right, so now I'm going to welcome a young lady that I am extremely proud of. She's an athlete that I coach from where her mom used to play volleyball with us. And she used to come, and this is the structure they have in the US. Parents go to play sports, and the children sit down and watch at the side and play the ball. And then they start to play the sport. And this is one of those athletes who used to come volleyball with her mommy, sit down, hate volleyball in the beginning. And then all of a sudden, she got a volleyball bug. Started playing volleyball in school, and then started playing with our club. And today, she's a leader in our organization. And you hear what I said? She is a leader in our organization, going on the radio and talking about volleyball and talking about doing different ads. So you all know the program we have on the Trinidad Volleyball Instagram page. What is the name of the program? No, the program that Alicia does. Mental Health Mondays. So we want to welcome Alicia Batiste.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name, as mentioned before, is Alicia Batiste, and I'm a proud member of the Trinidad and Tobago Volleyball Development Academy. As mentioned by Coach, this is an elite volleyball program geared towards preparing athletes for recruitment for scholarships as well as for the recruitment of the Trinidad and Tobago national volleyball team. Some of the benefits of joining this program is that when you join this program, all athletes are required to sign a contract. This contract states several things, and the athletes must commit to this contract or else they will be removed from this program. One of the biggest things that many parents will focus on is the fact that our contract encourages athletes to maintain a certain grade average, and this grade average is standard for them to receive scholarships. As said by Mr. Ford, High skill levels without academics will limit where you can go with the sport. And so the athletes are encouraged, no matter what, to always maintain their schoolwork while committing to volleyball. Other things the contract encourages of the athletes is to display sportsmanship, discipline, punctuality. And these character traits are important because they not only help the girls now, but they will help them in their future lives in education as well as in the workplace. So these character traits are very good to have. Other benefits of joining this program is the friendship that you will make on the court and off the court. These friendships are so important because they help to just nurture the person that you are, but also as a student athlete, it helps you to just be somebody outside of volleyball and outside of school. And these friendships being lifelong means that you have found your network, your support system, no matter what. I love playing with the Trinidad and Tobago Volleyball Development Academy because it hosts several workshops that really push holistic growth through volleyball. It teaches you things like entrepreneurship. It helps girls with skills to really learn how to monopolize on their skills so that they can gain income to invest in themselves. It helps you with your mental health because as an athlete, it's not important to just be physically healthy, but mentally healthy as well. Because without proper mental health, it will affect your performance on the court negatively. So that's all I have to say. Thank you for listening and joining in. We invite you to now view a couple of drills that the Trinidad and Tobago Volleyball Development Academy does for its players. Thank you.
All right. When I say that I am proud of this young lady, Alicia Baptiste, I am extremely proud of her. Give her a clap again. So now, our organization is a family. And when I say this all over Facebook and anywhere I go, it's a family. We have players who play with us since they are 12 years old. Delicia has been playing with us since she's 12 years old. Now she's playing still and coaching. So our organization is really a family, and we plan to do the same thing with this organization. It's really about family. And today, we have a little small person that she's going to say her name because I'm not going to say her name for her because she's going to do a spoken word and she's going to introduce herself and what is her poem. Turn around.
My name is Shalia Charles. The name of my poem is called Nowadays. It has never been this hard being 8 in Trinidad, waking up to packs, inflation, and endless tax. The rich, the middle class, the poor, status is no closed door. The big, the small, short or tall, that bullet affects us all. Trinidad and Tobago is losing its beauty cause crime affecting we. The raging Red Sea and countless R.I.P. No respect for the elderly. But believe it or not, this is our society. I want to help change our nation state, so I will become a magistrate. I will be the change I want to see, making a better TNT. So every day to God I pray, to live to see another day.
All right. So now we're literally going to do some drills. We're going to literally train now. So we are going to do some drills of how our training session look like. And again, I want to thank you all for viewing. I want to thank Mr. Ford for coming, taking the time out to come today. Always a pleasure. Yeah, we're going to keep you posted. All right? And you're all literally going to see some of the drills now.
Renting out on the main road.
Yes, yes.